Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna do a quick little video here. I just rented Saints Row the Third for the PS3. Um, I've been kind of wondering about this game as I played the first two Saints Row games, and I only played like an hour each of them, hour or 2 hours max. So I owned the first one on 360 when I got it. I thought it was pretty bad. Saints Row 2 came out. A lot of people thought that game was awesome. I didn't care for that game either. I don't know. So Saints Row 3, I was not interested at all in. Obviously, first two I thought sucked, so why bother? So I saw some stuff on YouTube. There was a couple missions at the beginning of the game. I know they looked like crazy action missions, so I wasn't expecting too much, like, once the game started getting into the sandbox part, like GTA or whatever. But that's kind of how the missions are in the game, and it's not a good thing for me. The first mission in the game, you're pretty much killing, like, hundreds of guys and blowing up helicopters with, like, your machine gun, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that sounds crazy, but I didn't even get hit that entire first mission, and I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but it's kind of weird because it was like practically one guy versus like the entire like Marines or Special Forces or something, and helicopters, and didn't get hit at all, so that was kind of weird. Then the next mission in the game, you're like flying out of a plane and shooting like all these guys jumping out of the plane after you and all this crap, and it's kind of ridiculous, but it was kind of fun in a way. It's kind of crazy, so I was like, that's kind of interesting. But there's no way the game could be like that, right? All the time. It's like a GTA style game. But yeah, there are some cool things about the game. Like I like the weapon upgrade system, and there's some things I like in theory. And the why I say that is, okay, you get the ability to have a gang follow you, or at least one gang member at the start, then like two, and so on as you go. And you have the ability to customize your vehicles, upgrade it, make them faster, get more armor, and all that junk. But you don't ever get to use them. It's like okay, so I had a lot of money from the first few missions that I did, and I stole this like sweet looking sports car, and I tricked it out. I like maxed it and customized it and everything, and then I got a gang member. I made my gang members ninjas. I was like, okay, this is sweet. I got a ninja with me in my crazy sports car. But like every mission I've done so far since the game started has been, I instantly have to get in a different vehicle that's set for the mission. My gang members go away. They're just, I don't really understand that. And then you can like get upgrades for your character, like faster sprint and more bullets in your gun and stuff, but they don't really seem like they matter that much. I mean, like it was like the fourth mission in the game. I'm riding in a helicopter shooting infinite rocket launchers at like everything, and it's just kind of like crazy. They give you way too much power at the beginning of the game. Like I could see that as like a final game mission, like in a helicopter shooting stuff with rockets. That sounds like kind of like an end game, like oh shit. But that's kind of the whole game. You know, like there's like this mission at the beginning of the game that was kind of cool, but kind of weird. Like I don't know what's going on in this game. There's like a story, I think, but there really isn't. Like I don't know what's going on. Like I've gone the missions in the game. I've been, let's see, the first mission in the game, you're just like robbing a bank. You're just annihilating everything. Second mission in the game, you're jumping out of a plane and just killing everything. I think those two missions kind of make sense if you see the story stuff. Okay, I get that. But then like the mission's like, okay, you have to rob an armory. Why? I mean, I know you're trying to get guns for your gang, but the armory is like just a regular warehouse. It just looks like Pete's Garage or something. It's supposed to be an armory, and you go in there, and there's like tanks and helicopters and like 500 soldiers after you, and every mission in the game has been like that. Like five. It's like if you ever played Crackdown and you go to an area where the bosses and it's just 500 enemies, like Diablo or something. That's kind of like every mission so far in this game, and kind of getting a little old. Cat's like trying to get out of my room. Is your cat get out of the room? Ah, cat's being a pain in the butt. But yeah. So the game's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on in the story. Like right now, I have no clue what I'm doing. I've been all over the place, just killing tons of stuff, and there's a mission in the game where you're rappelling off of the side of a building using a sniper rifle, but the hit detection kind of sucks. So like, if an enemy's behind cover in this game, they're like invincible from the front, which is kind of weird because like there was these guys you had to snipe from a long distance away, and they're like hiding behind a car, and I'm like, okay, aim at their head, boom, 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 and they don't die until they moved out of cover. Then they die easily. And there was one thing that really irked me about some of the cover stuff in this game. Like, there was a guardrail up where this guy was standing, and there's like a big hole through the center of it, so I could shoot him in the stomach or the leg or wherever, but like, he's invincible behind that. Like, you had to shoot over the guardrail. I had to like hit the tip of his head. That was the only place you could hit him. So that was kind of weird. And kind of the controls are kind of weird too. I mean, they're better than the old Saints Row games, where you had to use like A to accelerate your car, which was really stupid. And I mean, and then there's like all these things that the game throws at you, but it doesn't really flesh them out or tell you about them too well. Like, you get this penthouse near the very beginning of the game, and you can store cars and stuff in there, but it never mentions it. It never says how you can get them there. It never says how you can get the car or anything. I figured it out, but I had to like, I couldn't even figure out how to like get gang members with me until I was reading in the menus for the upgrades. So I don't know. And then the missions, like usually like in any of these types of games, you get someone that calls you up, or you just get like a little logo on the radar, like pretty much every game of this type I've played. But in Saints Row 3, you have to open up your phone and call people for the missions, which isn't a big deal. It's kind of weird because when I first started the game, I didn't even know how to get into a mission. I was just driving around. I'm like, okay, am I going to get called, or what am I doing here? I didn't even really think to look at my phone because usually that's like settings, or if you want to call like some person for some reason, I don't know. So I don't know. The one thing that's kind of cool in the game, but kind of not as good as I'd hope it would be, is the GPS stuff. Like, they had this genius idea. So when you set something in your GPS and it makes the line on your minimap, it actually makes like racing arrows, so you don't have to look at the minimap. It'll say, go left here, it'll direct you that way, so you don't have to pay attention, which I like. But there's two problems with that. One, sometimes the arrows aren't clear enough, so I'll go into the wrong area. Like, for instance, there's an arrow that was pointing like to go this way, and it wasn't like a really like hard arrow to the left. So, and there was like a alleyway like right next to where the arrow ended. So I'm like, okay, maybe I go down this alleyway. I don't know where it's telling me to go. And then I like went into the ocean and died. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But the other thing wrong with that is the GPS line gets confused. Like, there's this mission in the early part of the game where you have to go to an airport. I actually had the line, instead of just telling me to switch lanes, it made me go all the way around through the airport, all the way back to get to like right where I already was. I mean, I know a lot of games have that GPS troubles. I remember GTA 4 had that trouble too. It was like trying to give you the correct line to get there, but I don't know. When you're depending on looking at the arrows, it's like training you to not pay attention to the minimap, and then it does something goofy like that. Then you're back to looking at the minimap. So I don't know what they were really thinking with that. there's just too much chaos going on. I don't know what's going on most of the time. I don't know what's going on with the story. I mean, I hope it gets better. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a rental. It's a good rental. You know, $2 to play the game. I mean, I guess they kind of tailored it more maybe to co-op. Lots of stuff to fight, so it's more fun for more than one person. But I don't know. I mean, it honestly, I mean, the graphics, they don't even look as good as GTA 4 did in 2008. Frame rate's kind of alright. I mean, I can't really judge that. I remember that GTA 4 also had kind of a shoddy frame rate on the consoles. I mean, I don't know, man. It feels like a second-rate open-world game. It just all feels like really cheap. It feels like they really tried this time, but they really didn't do it quite as cohesively as the other games. So yeah, basically, it's alright. In other news, though, before I close this video off, I just want to give these Saints Row impressions. I finally got a job. Hallelujah. I've been looking for a while around here because I need to get somewhere in walking distance at the moment. I don't have any vehicle transportation, so finally got a job, and they got to do like a background check right now, which I have no trouble passing. I haven't really done anything unless I get in trouble for being bad at Call of Duty. I don't know. Just saying. So yeah, I should probably be doing my training and stuff next week. It's kind of a cruddy job in a way. It's like helping hands, as they call it, pushing carts and loading stuff into people's cars and cleaning up a bit. It's money, you know, so I can't really fault it. I'm just thankful that I finally found something around where I need to find something. I mean, I can't even get into places like McDonald's. Like, you think they'd hire anybody, but they're just like, I don't know. So, thank God I finally found something, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited, actually, because it's going on my mind lately here. Just bored. Ready to move on a bit in life. But don't worry, I'll still be playing games and all that stuff. So, yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this video off here. Thought I'd make a little rambling about Saints Row while it's still fresh. Yeah, basically, I guess I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.